Welcome to part 2 of our exclusive interview with UK Prime Minister Mrs. Theresa May. You've also lost quite a lot of ground recently due to what people are calling the dementia tax. People need to wake up and smell the coffee. Look, we've been very clear that someone has to take on the challenge of financing social care. We've been clear nobody will have to pay for their own care while they're alive. But when people can't remember they own a house, why shouldn't we have it? So you're basically saying that they can pay for it once they're dead. Well, if they don't know they own a house when they're alive, being dead isn't going to help, is it? And what about surviving while they're still living in the house? Because you've just announced that you're going to means test the winter fuel subsidy, haven't you? Look, if you can't survive a British winter without a winter fuel payment, you aren't strong or stable, and frankly, you won't be missed. We think this will be popular with our young people because, let's face it, teenagers aren't often all that keen on visiting grandma, so it's a win-win. You're assuming support from young people, but you've also just taken away all the housing benefit for under 21s. Yes, so they need grandma's money. That adds to the win-win. But how can they get the money? Because if their relative had dementia, they'll have to pay for their care after they've died. What advice would you give to worried relatives of older people? Pray they get cancer instead. For now. Well, yes, let's talk about the NHS. Oh, for goodness sake, that old chestnut? It should be really clear by now that we are not in favour of the socialist model of something for nothing. It's time to grow up and leave the past behind. Our motto is spend it before Richard Branson gets hold of it. Let's look to the future then and tackle your savage cuts to education and that infamous 7p breakfast. Of course, it won't be anything like 7p. You'll hear Jeremy Corbyn extolling our youth as the future. It takes Conservatives to face up to the hard facts. Right now, children aren't productive. They don't work. They don't pay taxes, so they're of no use to us. So you say it won't be 7p. So how much are you going to spend on each child's breakfast? We're not cold-hearted. We recognise that British children have to be fed in the mornings if they're going to spout the party line, so we will give them cereal, but no milk. Margaret Thatcher, may we continue to thank her, got rid of that. So it'll be 3 Cocoa Pops each or 1 Weetabix per class. Or I'm being told not to say class, but to use data. OK, well, between 60 pupils then. Cuts. You know, we've got to fund free schools and grammar schools somehow. Behind.